I've been sober for about a month at least now. I relapsed a few months ago, and it kind of took me by storm, if you will. It really affected my life, and I ended up back in the trenches, fighting to get sober again. And as a sober man as I am, I get cravings. I get the desire to smoke and to drink again. And as a sober man that I've been, accomplishing more and more, doing more with myself, doing more with my relationships, learning more and trying to be a better person, I still find myself thinking about the drugs, thinking about how the drugs can take it all away and how I want to go back to the drugs. These moments, they don't last too long, but I'll notice it. It'll flare up for a second or two, and then I'll think, why would I do that? But the thought comes. The thought hasn't left me. I've been abusing substances since I was 15 years old, and I'm 22 now. Substances have drastically changed my life. I didn't have friends anymore because I chose substances over them. I didn't have my YouTube career that I wanted because I chose to indulge in substances instead of making videos. So here I am, sober, trying to improve, but feeling the need to escape back to my substances. Why would I need to do that if I have everything I want? I got a girlfriend who's so lovely. I got myself sober. I don't do the bad habits anymore. I don't watch porn. I don't do drugs. I don't play video games. I don't really waste my time. I hardly even watch YouTube videos anymore. But here I am, craving that sweet relief of dopamine that weed and alcohol used to give me, that pornography used to give me. Even if it's just for a split second, I still get that craving. It still sparks something in me that tells me I'm still here. Now, why on earth would I want to go back, I think? Why on earth would I go back? What is this? Why does it still flare up inside of me? I'm over a month sober at this point, but here I am. Over the last 5 or 6 years, the longest amount of time I've been able to be sober was about 3 or maybe 4 months. And here I am, getting into month 2 again, like I've done for the 17th time with my sobriety journey. And I'm thinking about the substances again. It's haunting, really. When everything's good, everything's going well, everything I want is coming into life. And yet, there's the substance crawls back into my mind like, hey, I'm still around. You can always come and pick me up. We have a bar here at my cabin. And there's a bar loaded with alcohol and no one drinks from it. But every time I pass by it, I think of it. I think of all this alcohol and I think how much I used to drink. How much I used to love it. How much I used to just sneak into that cabinet. Just to get an extra hit, an extra fix. I take some to my room. Just so it can be all mine. Just so I can have it for later. Just so I can get that sweet relief. But now I don't even get that sweet relief. I just get that regret. And that, wow, am I really going to be thinking about this forever? Am I really going to be craving this forever? Because don't get me wrong, I crave that high of a substance. I crave that high of alcohol. I crave that high of marijuana. I crave how it used to make me feel. That immediate relief, that immediate alleviation. I loved that. That was my shit. I was addicted to that for years. Not a single person could get me unaddicted from that. Not my therapist, not my family, no one. The only person who's been able to accomplish my sobriety, my freedom is me. So when I look at that bottle and I think, damn, that would be nice. And then I think, wait, no. I've been here before, several hundred times, and I have always chosen the wrong decision. Fuck no, I think. Why would I do that to myself and to those I love? And to what I love about my life. The freedom. Life seems to pass by so quick nowadays. The days just go by. I don't get to do anything. I've wasted so much time with substances. Why would I even want to go back? I think the pain that substances would give me, The pain of needing more, always needing more and more and more, and degrading my body into a point of I don't even like who I am anymore. I'm not even happy with myself anymore. I can't even get out of bed anymore. It ate at me, it killed me, it smothered me, it absolutely consumed me. It was my life. Every living day, every waking day, I would consume the substance, go to the store, I'd get the substance, live like a zombie. I couldn't function without the weed, the alcohol. I couldn't do anything but get more. High, drunk, intoxicated, lustful. Life used to be so great. And the only time it felt like it had any bit of color was when I took that first hit of weed or that first sip of alcohol. And after that, the colors would fade. They would fade all the way back to gray until I would feel either hungover or wake up the next day needing more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And in between that time, video games would take hold and I would just be in a fantasy land where I wasn't even real. Who cares if I'm real? Who cares what happens to me? Because I can just live in this fantasy land of being drunk and consumed by substance, being consumed by this fantasy world I've created where all that matters is my substance of choice. Fuck everyone else. I don't care about them. I have my substance. Why should I give a fuck about them? I would think. The only thing that matters to me is that I get to get drunk. I get to get high. I get to not be alive anymore when I have those substances. I spent 4 years without talking to a single person. None of my friends. Not a single one of them. You know, I would pass by some of them on the street and they would say hi to me and I wouldn't even be able to say hi back. I was so insecure, so anxious, so full of stress and anxiety, thinking I'm going to die as a drug addict. They don't need to be a part of this. They don't need to be a part of my life and my bad decisions. I cut them all off. Every single one of them. They don't know why. They just know I'm distant, cold, and probably a fucking loser. It doesn't matter. I got my substances. I almost threw my whole life away because of substances. Almost. I don't know. By the grace of God, I'm still here. For some reason, I'm still here. I went broke more times than I can count because of substance use. The amount of times where I had no money and somehow managed to get money, make money, or just money would end up in my bank account was unbelievable. The amount of times I was able to bounce back and get back on my drug addiction ride. It kept me going for at least a year. I was broke for a whole year, but I still managed to have substances every single fucking day. I just managed it. I don't even know how. Money would pop up here, money would pop up there, but here you go, I'm giving it away to the substances. Nothing else is important to me. I'm paying for a school program, but I'm not even participating in it. I'm too busy being insecure, anxious, and full of to the brim of this gloom and doom and gray and utter despair and misery. Like I'm going to end my life any single one of these days because what is there to live for? Another hit? Wasn't ever good enough. So when I look at the bottle nowadays and I see the weed store nowadays, I think, why in God's name would I stumble back in there? How would I feel stumbling back in there? Would it feel good? No. I wouldn't feel good talking to any one person in the liquor store, the weed store. You know how I would feel? I would feel defeated. I would feel fucking defeated. You know, going through this sobriety journey, it's hard to notice our accomplishments. It's hard to realize how much work we've put in and how much we strive to be better when we're up against such an antagonizing enemy like drugs, like weed and alcohol. When they put it on every corner store, when they put a weed store and an alcohol store in every block in our residential areas, and they keep them open for lockdowns. And they say, you know what, you can have as much as you like, as long as you're of age. Well, we know that age limit doesn't stop us if we want it, do we? I started at 15 years old. I had no problem with this age limit. They still have them on every fucking corner street and they get everyone addicted. Parents. My parents were feeding me these drugs. I would go to school high. I would go to school drunk. And look at all the pain it's caused me. Your drug addiction isn't something you should take lightly. It's an enemy. You are up against a formidable foe. Your drug addiction is relentless. It is mind-consuming, and it wants your life completely until you are nothing more than a crackhead zombie. I promise you that. If you are struggling with your weed and alcohol addiction and you just can't seem to put it down, or you can't even get past a day sober, I was there. I was there for so many years. I couldn't even work up the courage to do a workout. I couldn't work up the courage to talk to people. I threw everyone away. Right now, I'm working on rebuilding my life. If you need help rebuilding your life, please, I encourage you, leave a comment down below. Let me give you a helping hand. I would love to be the one who can help rebuild your life. Even if it's just step by step. Even if it's just the smallest thing that gets you going, that pushes you forward. It would mean the world to me to help someone in your shoes. I had no help getting to where I am today. It took me and me alone. And I've done it. And here I am sober. And man, am I pissed about these drugs. I can't stand the fact that they're just... I see my family do it. My family is consumed by alcohol. They're all alcoholics. I can't help them as I am now. But maybe I can help you. And if I can help you, then maybe I can help them. So please, if you are struggling, leave a comment down below. Tell me your story. I would love to connect with you. I got a Discord community. I've just started it. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just basic. But we can talk on there. We can chat on there. We can figure things out on there. If you watch this far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. This has been Anthony. And this is why, as a sober man, I still crave drugs.